Doubling your retirement savings from $1 million to $2 million can have a vastly bigger impact on your life than growing a $2 million portfolio into $5 million. On paper, the math seems backwards. Jumping from $2 to $5 million adds $3 million to your net worth, while moving from $1 to $2 million only adds a single million. The utility of wealth changes based on the specific problems it is capable of solving at different thresholds. To understand how these problems evolve, we evaluate every stage of wealth across 4 specific areas: income generation, tax exposure, market risk, and the behavioral changes that follow. The objective is to identify the mathematical threshold where your money stops fixing external risks and starts buying internal peace. For decades, hitting $1 million has been treated as the ultimate retirement finish line. In practice, 7 figures often looks much closer to a budget-conscious middle-class existence than luxury. This creates a narrow survival margin. When you calculate a safe withdrawal rate on $1 million, your annual income yield sits perilously close to the basic cost of living. Because the margin is thin, taxes and market fluctuations act as immediate threats. There is no room for error. A single market downturn can push your portfolio into the red, forcing an immediate reaction to avoid depleting your capital. Reaching the $1 million mark represents the start of a highly monitored survival phase. It demands constant attention to keep the math from breaking. Move to the $2 million threshold, and the math of survival transitions into the math of protection. Doubling your portfolio creates a massive buffer, far above basic living expenses. Market fluctuations no longer threaten your daily needs. Taxes transition from a livelihood threat into an optimization strategy. You focus on timing withdrawals and realizing gains at the lowest cost. Removing these external pressures changes how you behave. You stop checking the market every morning because your lifestyle is no longer tied to daily index fluctuations. This leap to $2 million is the most critical phase in wealth accumulation because it removes the burden of daily financial anxiety. At the $5 million level, income, taxes, and market risk effectively disappear as daily concerns. However, the daily lifestyle difference between living on $2 million and $5 million is statistically negligible for most people. You still use the same space, drive one car, and eat the same meals. With external risks solved, an internal threat takes their place, a total loss of purpose. When money no longer limits your choices or dictates your daily schedule, you are forced to answer a difficult question. What was all this capital actually accumulated for? After decades of intense focus on building wealth, the sudden lack of financial problems can leave a jarring emptiness in your daily life. Beyond a certain point, more money stops improving your life and simply upgrades your problems from math equations to existential crises. These 3 levels form a clear hierarchy: survival at $1 million, freedom at $2 million, and existential purpose at $5 million. Chasing the $5 million mark requires a massive expenditure of your life's energy, yet it yields steep diminishing returns for your day-to-day happiness. Remaining at $1 million leaves you in a state of constant financial monitoring and vulnerability. The $2 million mark represents the optimal threshold. Your capital successfully buys out your financial vulnerability without demanding unnecessary decades of sacrifice. Because in the end, the ultimate luxury of retirement planning is the freedom to stop thinking about money altogether.